chat, but yeah, I don't know about that one, chat. Hey, Spaceman Complexity, I guess we'll find, or Spaceman and CJ, you are Complexity. We'll find out now.
I respect the commitment to NRG, I really do, but I never want to see any of you on Twitter talking about NA's the best, we're so strong, when you have takes like that. A 60% margin for NRG in this matchup. They better come out and prove it, because Complexity are regional champions in North America, but Justin is a world champion, and he starts it off hot.
Oh, the chat, they're here for the entertainment factor, and so's Justin right now. NRG, this is the NRG of old, the way they're starting this series. And as I said, if they're going to announce themselves, this roster, I'm tired of seeing them lose. I'm tired of seeing them not competitive against the top sides. I don't care about a Game 5 loss, Spaceman. I care about them taking down some of the top teams. Woo! And CRR, he's got other ideas, gets the instant equalizer.
If you're going to come for the Kings right now in North America, you got to get ready to throw shots at the crown, because CRR is not going to miss often. Tied up 1-1. We've already got a hot game 1 underway, but to keep things in perspective, it's a 63-point difference in the standings between these two teams. You're talking about a top 4 versus like a bottom 12 on the best days, but trying to work their way up now is NRG will have a lot in front of them they have to work through. If you're CRR and company, you've played a lot of great Rocket League as of late, individually stepped up the mechanics and the teamwork as well. We should see the very best from Complexity against this veteran leadership you have on NRG, but you also have to work off the top bar before CRR comes in for the close.
Oh no. Oh no, this is not what you want to see. The clear coming through, but Razeball's there for the 50-50, and they could not get the ball out of the net. Justin flat-footed, the shot comes through, and NRG just, they continuously seemingly find themselves in awkward situations. We saw what happened there in the upper bracket against Space Station Gaming earlier on, and well, they started strong there with Justin, but the demos coming through. Complexity are just almost bullying them now.
Bit of time burned, slowing it down now for Squishy. One of the better upfield players you're going to see in North American Rocket League. Granted, NRG haven't had the results to really show what this team can still do as a core 3, but Squishy setting up his teammates has been phenomenal this season. If you're just watching the way he plays, how often he's feeding it to Justin, giving it to Garrett, some Squishy love is much needed for this team to get back into high gear. We know what they're capable of, but just give it on a give and go. And all right, let your 2 best players work upfield. Garrett gives it to Justin, and there's the goal.
I love this from Justin. He's been sitting downfield all game, and it's working right now. Bring us some offense, show us what they can do. Complexity not expecting that rotation back. They overcommitted third man. AJG went for that ball. Garrett had the great read, and well, Justin's been there for the follow-up. It seems like they're mixing it up a little bit. They're just throwing caution to the wind, this roster, which is what we've wanted them to do for so long. Playing such a standard, form, standard structure of Rocket League has not been working for this side for, over 12 months, longer, almost 2 years now. But this is what we like to see. But CRR again, he is just him right now. That's a hat trick in 1 minute 30, if you don't mind.
He's got 4 shots already, and the reset right over Garrett gives himself the hat trick. A lot of time in game 1. We've got 5 goals already. Not a lot of defense from Complexity. But on the other side, they have been more than happy to try their hand at things and letting CRR do what he does best. Win one-on-ones in the air and play it over the back line. Quick cut down to Squishy. Powerful shot. And a slap from the wrist as Justin was up to meet the 50, but quickly taken away. CRR trying to make it 4 goals. The pinch from the backboard, and Razeball will clear it.
Fantastic save just before there by Razeball, but I just think Squishy has to do more with that, with a free shot on net, infield pass, and he just sort of shot it top middle. Razeball with a fantastic pre-jump save, but that should be a goal every day of the week for NRG if they want to be competitive against Complexity. CRR, Justin does get the pre-jump there. Fantastic read, and I like this from NRG so far. I know they've conceded 3 goals of their own, but I'd rather see a high-scoring game where they are willing to push downfield, and we saw what Justin has done a couple of times so far. I like seeing that the defense can take care of themselves, or itself, but at least they're finding opportunities.
When you get in these kind of stretches where you're NRG and you're becoming kind of victims to the monotony of Rocket League, where you get stuck, whether it's a playstyle change or a comms issue, what do you think, just from player perspective, CJ, hold on, is that one went off the corner? What do you think that needed to change for NRG to give them their confidence back?
Oh, I don't know, to be honest. This is it. It's phenomenal that they haven't made a roster change. They've stuck it out. I know that they can be good enough, but we just haven't seen it for long enough. Justin, no! The shot was open right side. Can't find a counter-attack. Garrett G does clear it to the side. NRG have had 2 attempts now, 2 chances to get the equaliser, and they can't quite get it. Maybe this is it. It's hard as a professional player. It wears you down when you're not making the most of those sort of chances. But NRG seem like they've at least got this sort of mental fortitude to keep pushing, keep trying new things. And this is the series, as we said, Spaceman. This is a series where they can show everyone what they've been working on, show us that they can still be competitive against the best.
It opened up with a flurry of shots, but since then it's been a quiet front here. Everybody else getting boom ball opportunities, but the goals have stopped. They've trickled down, even though there's been quality looks there from Garrett and Justin, as Squishy will get the midfield grab. So you have a chance now. Circle back in for the 50 if you like, but he'll call it from his own corner and take press. Justin underneath, wins it over 1. Raisable can't get the extra touch. CR will now get the call up to midfield. Justin flying off the play. Garrett misses. And center back out, so chances here for complexity, but they don't crash appropriately, and they'll have to play it off the backboard.
Justin just adopting a bit of a ball chase mindset. I don't mind it here. As we said, pushing downfield, just always turning, going for the aggressive option in the 50-50 game. The downfield pass, Raisable's there in the midfield. Garrett pushes up, but NRG can't quite get it to work. That's a great infield pass. The cut's not there. Garrett G does get it out. 30 seconds on the clock. Counter-attack now.
Uh-oh.
NRG, that's not the touch they wanted. It's saved out by AJG. Complexity gave them a window to get through, but NRG couldn't squeeze through.
It was a mistake from CRR, but wasting no time and no expense. NRG pounce on it quickly. They get another one there. Squishy front box, but AJG slows it, puts a hand up, and gets right back out from the paint. Game clock turned off. 8 to go. The center to Squishy. It's alive, and it's wide open for complexity. It will roll in for 4-2 lead, and with that, game 1 is done.
They had to go for it. They had to try, but Squishy just got beaten out by both complexity players there. They just threw caution to the wind. 5 seconds left. It's still a 1-goal game in my mind, but NRG just couldn't quite get that late equaliser. It wasn't a bad game 1 from this side. They obviously came out firing. Justin has been that player for them so far this game. But defensively, they've fallen apart a few times. And, well, it has been a story of this roster so far. I just want to see something, Spaceman. Show us why you've stuck together. Show us what you guys believe and what you guys can see as a team. They've still got a chance. It's only the first game, still a long series to go. Leaf, tell me there's been some upsets elsewhere.
Not well. Looking at the phase match, no. They took game 1 against Koi, and they're up currently 1 goal against them in game number 2. And then looking at Gen G, they're in overtime right now. A minute into overtime, 1-1. And Dignitas is currently down a game to G2, but they are up 2 goals with 3 minutes left in that second game. But so to answer it again, no, currently no upsets, which I guess is not expected, hence why they're called upsets. But maybe Dignitas will nab one here. And again, the fact that Koi is keeping a low score line here against FaZe might be a good sign. But I don't know. I still expect these top 4 teams to push on through, CJ.
Yeah, well, you would too, but I don't know. What we saw in the upper bracket was insane.
Sure, fair enough.
We're talking about, this EU versus NA. It's time for NA's time to show us what they've got after that EU regional. And well, NA said, let's have the most entertaining, most wild bracket we could possibly put together. I don't mind that approach, Spaceman.
I don't either. Look, NA is always going to be a bit chaotic after we just had what many are considering the best top 4 showing in a regional so far in the RLCS last weekend. And I said, let's have one of the all-time regional showings just ever. Let's just have a showing. Who knows what it might look like, but let's just be there and be present for it because it's happening.
Let's have an all-time showing. Let's just have one of these showing. I don't mind that. And NRG are trying to do that right here. Game number 1, as we saw, they get a couple goals on the board, which is commendable against a side like Complexity, who seem to be able to lock it down. They're so fast rotating back. They don't give you an inch in offense. And NRG did find a way through. Unfortunately, down the other end, they let 4 goals of their own. So they need to clean it up defensively in this game number 2.
And when we looked at the Mobile 1 High Performance replay, it was all of CRR. 4 goals to his name in game 1. It really was the CRR versus NRG show. And if that is a sign for things to come, start to isolate him on those counterattacks and maybe get physical. Start looking for the bumps, the pinch. was going to be pretty darn good from Justin, but just can't open up the proceedings, and the clear comes from CRR, the man of the hour, as he finds it to the orange side of the field, and Justin will respond from his own corner. Back to the midfield, juggling, spiraling before AJG gets a hand up, and now the offense swings in to the center box. Garrett G trying to circle it around, but he'll have numbers in the back to worry about.
Justin looks so locked in right now for NRG. He's creating these opportunities. They had a 2-on-1 before, but he just pinched it a little bit wide. And as you said, that was the story of game one. They had these chances, these half chances that the best teams, they capitalise on. They're scoring, 70% of the time, but NRG's not finding way through. The demo coming through. CRR, he was the hat-trick hero for game one for Complexity. Does get blocked out there. Justin, huge beat out on AJG. The infield passes on to Garrett off the corner. The NRG special, but that's just not the touch that Garrett wanted. He couldn't even follow up himself. Squishy was waiting in the wings as well. And now Complexity walk it down the other end.
And Squishy's been stalled. He had all the boost to work with, but he had to wait for Justin to make that clear. So you're taking him out of the play. Even with resources here, NRG aren't able to expend that boost to get back outfield with possession, but there's Squishy. Keep an eye on him as Garrett tried to work underneath. The cut down from CRR. Waiting on the 50. Justin makes his read over one. AJG clears it away dangerously and into the corner. So it's an adjacent swing for Justin, and he just tries to restabilize and win another one. He does just that, make it two. A full one-man effort, one-man army for Justin. But NRG cannot capitalize and back into the blue side as AJG will try to play this one forward.
Complexity look awkward in defense, but they're making it work here. Squishy goes for the dunk, but CRR's ready for it. Off the sidewall, follow up. Garrett G and Justin commit, raise balls there. Double commit from NRG could spell the end of this offense. Justin is just flat out ball chasing right now. He's getting in everyone's way. As I said, I don't mind it. They've got to throw some chaos in there, some inconsistency. That's open. Garrett's gone bang. AJG gets beaten for free. NRG open up game two.
And Justin with a beautiful 50 to get it on its way, and Garrett just puts the final stamp on this one. A massive swing from the opposite side of the field. And those are the shots we're used to seeing Garrett take from behind that 50-yard line. Finally, some more pressure as NRG have something cooking. Can it continue for a minute 47?
A little bit of pace from the veteran. That's like what we're seeing from the old boy. And when I say old, I mean the young kid. He's still so young, but been around for so long here in the North American scene, in the global scene. Garrett G, the world champ under his belt as well. Raisbull does get it forward. Complexity now. This is where we see if NRG can lock it down. If they can take a game, they have to win this, keeping the series alive. Flip reset, Justin. CRR's awkward, but he still controls it and gets a second touch here. Garrett G with a great 50. Squishy's waiting, but throws the ball away. Justin again, just ball chasing all day long. But as we said, we don't mind this approach. We don't mind this from NRG. Squishy clears it downfield. Just over a minute left on the clock. And let's see what Complexity can do.
I mean, Complexity's pace of play has been neutralized. That's all of the credit to NRG at the midfield. They're cutting down these quick touches. They're deleting the opportunities that existed in the passing lanes as AJG was upfield just trying to bully Justin, but Justin evades the pressure and gives way to Squishy on the clear. CRR back into the front. The offensive third now starting to press. AJG will have to fall back and track this ball to give it to Raisbull, and the handoff is successful from the ceiling. The reset to CRR. Plays it awkwardly on the bounce. Here comes AJG in front of Garrett, and all numbers collide, but no one finds anything before Squishy does get the clear. NRG thanking their lucky stars. The defenders are up because right now it's been chaotic, but they handle the pressure appropriately.
Garrett's coming up huge here in the midfield. He was getting bumped, but he found a way through. Front post pass, CRR's not ready. Complexity, 15 seconds left. Have to find a way in. This is NRG's time. If you've got a bit of life left in you with this titan of North America, this is where they need to do it right here, right now. Garrett, huge cut in the midfield. 5 seconds left. Can NRG get a game, get a bit of life in this series, put the pressure on Complexity, or will it be Raisbull off the corner? The pass, CRR can't get it. NRG tired up.
Oh, so much midfield pressure from NRG and one last miracle from Raisbull, but the connection just won't land. NRG will tie it up 1-1 here in our best of 5, the lower round. Deadly as ever, but here we go, trading blows back and forth, and you got your stat card, Leaf. It was all of NRG in this game, just consistently winning the 50s,
points.
winning the first touches, man. It just was a masterclass at the midfield.
Yeah.
52 points, Leaf. Oh, what?
Hey,
What? AJG, what happened there? 52 points. What's he been doing for that 5 minutes?
Hey, you know what?
Where's Leaf going?
No, I'm here. I'm just surprised NRG won. I had to run away real quick. It doesn't matter. Look at Hogan from last week, right? Scrub had 72 and they won a game with that. The points don't matter. Look at you looking at points. Well, in this case, it did matter. NRG. I'm excited to keep it close. Hey, I'm excited when things are close. Whether it's NRG's fault it's close or it's 52 points that it's close, who cares?
Yeah. That's the
takeaway. Not what you want to see, though. 52 points there. They need to get alive here. AJG, ball's in your court now. Game tied up. NRG do get the game back. Crucial game too, as we said, Spaceman. Let's see if AJG can come online and perhaps the rest of NRG. It was Garrett that game. It was Justin game one.
Yeah.
Let's see what Squishy can do.
Hey, Spaceman, before you get going here, I just want to let you know as well, if you're not watching the Shopify Gen G match, you want to go watch that now. Shopify is on match point. They're up 2-0 against Gen G.
No way.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, we need AJG to get 53, and we need Gen G to get 1. I mean, look, it's simple math here, folks. Just get something, please. Here we go. Tie series. If you want to keep updates, we'll have a little ticker that comes on the screen that'll keep you updated with the series. So if you want to stay here and watch the action, you can. And you can also watch this one go right over. All right, we've already doubled our points.
AJG he's been watching the stream in 35 seconds. He's 2.5 times these points there. Great start for Complexity. Great response after a bit of a disappointing game two from... Well, as we said, NRG, we expect them to be a top team, but, you were talking about it. They're 70 points off them. They're basically a top 12 team. Complexity should be handling them with ease, and Justin just gets back for that one.
We were looking for a potential little chip shot on the bump, but it just will not find its way forward. Regardless, a minute burned, and we already have ourselves a 1-0 lead for Complexity. So you got AJG getting involved, and again, when this whole offense of Complexity get going, there's really nobody like them in North America, but it does take time and how slow they can come out of the gates. It's been a problem for them on Fridays and Thursdays, maybe for events, looking at the same situations for FaZe, for NRG. Now is your time to pounce, and you've had good results from Justin, really good results from Garrett, and you just said it. What can Squishy give us here in this game number 3? A decisive one at that in the lower rounds. You lose this, you're out in double elim. Razebull punches it sharply to the backboard, and Justin will find the clear. Garrett was looking for the touch, but just won't be there.
Yeah, we were calling for AJG to get involved, and he's done just that right off the bat here in Game 3. And as we said, we need to get all 3 members of NRG firing here. Razebull solo play. Justin pre-jumps onto the backboard. Doesn't get the touch. Garrett bails him out. Touchdown field as well. CRR cuts rotation. Third man. I don't mind it. Squishy. Here we go. What has he got? No boost. Fake underneath. Razebull gets it to the side. CRR with the clear as well. Garrett G left last man just for a moment. He's awkward as well. He's flat-footed. AJG double touch. Squishy gets back in time.
You burn all this boost to get upfield if you're Complexity, but once you get to the backboard, you're running out, and it's just nice recoveries and raids from NRG that have kept them involved in this game, down 1 goal, but how long will it last? Garrett circling like a shark at the midfield, waiting for his chance, and centers it to Justin. Justin just can't make the read. Squishy, and we'll leave it to Garrett on the pass. Right back to Squishy. Back to Garrett. We've seen this before, but AJG will cut it down and intercept quickly.
The pass back just wasn't good enough. Had to find Squishy. It went behind him now. Razebull goes for the bump. Garrett's awkward. Should be a goal. CRR cleans up. Complexity. They get their second.
There's the physicality there from Razebull and company, as Razebull just gets a nice little tap on a Squishy and collides into Garrett on the goal line. Calls collateral. Opens up the lane. Does enough to a lead.
Again, it was just an opportunity down the other end. The bumps were coming through on net. Squishy had the chance to just shoot it and go for the touch. Instead, he passes it infield to Garrett. Garrett's out of position. He flings it back front post to Squishy. And the pass just wasn't there. Squishy double touch goes wide. Razebull's been huge in defense right now. This has to be a goal. CRR pre-jumps Justin on the wrong side of the ball to get an angle. And I keep talking about these little half chances that, the top side seemingly putting away. They're finding a way every day of the week. It's light work for them. They make it work. But NRG just can't find. They're almost scoring the guaranteed goals, but they're not finding the little ones, the little 30% chance ones to get through.
Razebull played it wide twice on this possession and set up this entire swing from CRR for the 3-0 lead. So many times avoids the 50, sets it up on a dime. And there's your teammate in the comms.
He's been sensational, Razebull, defensively. And Now he's setting up his teammates down the other end. CRR, great shot, puts it away, 3-0 lead. This game feels like it's all but wrapped up. NRG, I mean, it just feels like they have to start well in games and really put the pressure on Complexity. There's almost this element of, you know, coming from player experience space, man. You know, if you concede that first goal against a team like NRG, you know, as a top team, you're thinking, gee, surely we don't want to be that team that loses to NRG. So they need to start well and really just make Complexity start thinking about it. You know, put them under the pump, make them sweat a little bit, and maybe Squishy, can he get a bump on last man? No, he can't. HAG has responded beautifully here in this game.
And what do you think the approach is for whether or not it's just all competitive teams across the board? When you are down in situations like this, tied up with series 1-1 or maybe in the lower bracket, what are those conversations like in the comms? Do you try to feed your hot players, or you try to get more of everybody involved so there's more offense to work through? What was your experience like, especially against teams like NRG?
You just have to play your game and not get too caught up in the moment, because, you know, if you're thinking about, oh, if we lose this, we'll be out. If we lose this, we'll come X amount. We'll only get these amount of points. We'll only win this amount of money. You can get in your head before you know it, the game's over. They won't be thinking about this, though. NRG, you would think. Razebull, again, has just been that man in defense. When it's been a one-on-one opportunity, he has got Complexity out of trouble. And the reason right now, why it's still a clean sheet in that blue half.
Maybe one for the road. Squishy, the handoff. Wow. All right, it comes out in final waning moments, but it happens regardless.
It might be a little too late, but maybe some confidence and momentum booster going into that game number 4 there. Squishy, we wanted him to come online. 19 seconds left, 3 goals down. Isn't the time, but better late than never.
You have a miracle in you if you're NRG. You gotta win possession first. Razebull just trying to put this one away. And AGG will kill time through the corner. 8 seconds to go, and with that, series lead 2-1 Complexity. And the lower bracket, round 2, are putting NRG on death's door. One more game is all they need. And my goodness, this one's getting interesting. A 2-1 lead for Complexity, and NRG have to turn things around.
We're talking about NRG, but Leaf, there might be another team with G on their name that might not have the best news.
You're absolutely correct. It's Koi G. The Koi got eliminated by FaZe Clan. It was 3-0 for FaZe, but over on the Gen G, the one you're referencing, it is in game 3 right now, and they're holding on. It's 3-1 with 30 seconds left for Gen G. So reverse sweep will be necessary for them, and they are starting on that journey. But of course, putting down 2 games to Shopify Rebellion off the bat is initially a good sign, and you're putting yourself in the worst case scenario here. And I will say, over on the other G team, there's a lot of G's.
There is a lot. There is a lot.
Yeah, G2 just took another win off of Dignitas. Is that will put them, or was that the first one? Sorry, that'll put them at a tie game. No, that'll be 2-1, I believe, now for G2 Esports.
G2, NRG, G1, Gen G.
Yeah, that was a terrible. I really led him on there, didn't I? I just said G, and I had to let him pick up the pieces. But Gen G, as you said, 2-0 down. They're looking good in that game number 3, and this isn't foreign for Gen G. Right now, great double save, triple save from NRG here in this game number 4. Do or die right now for this lineup, for this roster. This is it right here, Spaceman. Squishy, can he go to work? Great 50-50. Garrett G, solo play. All the time in the world to get cooking. The flip reset comes through, but just a little bit too slow in the end.
If you're going to catch Gen G, you got to do it early. If you're going to catch NRG, you got to do it as soon as you have an opportunity. You're up 2-1. Complexity, a dangerous game 4 for them. They cannot afford to let this go the distance, but you want that if you're NRG, and Justin tries to stand out on his way, and he will. Now numbers can begin to push up and make their mark. Garrett will have to find the clear. For NRG coming into this game 4, sustained offense, the counterattacks, right? Like, that's been the big thing for them. When Squishy's had space to work, he's helped his teammates with the facilitation, and finally the clears have been there. Can NRG capitalize now on this push downfield from Justin through the corner?
Open net, the follow-up, there it is. The man, the myth from last game who got online, Squishy, opens it up for NRG. And it was the mistake, the misplay from CRR, not reading the corner, gives NRG the opening.
Justin's like, I've done all I can. Please, somebody help. Somebody get up and meet that ball. And there we go. NRG, burn a minute, get a goal. Can they convert it for a second? Off the kickoff. Another win. As Garrett takes it from the ceiling, juggling all the way down to the corner, and leaves it to Razebull. And maybe instead it should have left it to NRG because that went nowhere. AJG will fall back. Squishy on target. Big save from CRR.
Let's get the follow-up as well. Huge beat out. He's still got boost to work with. Squishy will pick up in the midfield. But the pass play, 1, 2, 3, 4. There it is. Razebull gets the follow-up. What a play there. Just making the most of it in the counter-attack. AJG back to CRR. Razebull cleans up.
Yeah, one double commit on one side, force it on the other. Net is wide open. Complexity capitalize. Equalization comes in at 3:37. We have ourselves the very game you'd want to see on Coliseum. Here we go. Yet again, another kickoff where you're looking at the boys in blue upfield, and Garrett will be the last one back for NRG to have to clear it away. Send it out to Razebull. He'll play it on his own. He'll take his own number. As Squishy will play it off the backboard and the clear to midfield. Justin over one. Looking for the second and fakes it through. Justin on a 1v2.
Does it all himself off the counter-attack, gets the save, gets the beat out, the touch over the top, close enough to just make it work again. CRR caught in no man's land in the one-on-one, and Justin has been the best player on the pitch for NRG this series. What a time to come alive here at the death when they need him most.
He's doing it off ball, he's doing it with possession, he's been everywhere, defensively as well. Standing out right now to help NRG with their lead. But for complexity, the defense, the booming clears, has been great at times, but the offense just has been shut down, and that's credit to NRG. That's credit to the midfield game they've had this series. The extended offense, right, the trident we're used to seeing of Razebull, AJG, and CRR, the pace, it's just been quiet.
The biggest change-up for those playing at home, those tuning in, is just watch NRG's rotations here. Third man, they're just so willing to, instead of rotate back post, they're looking to cut out that infield touch right there, as you saw with Justin. They're watching that pass, and they're just cleaning it up. It just makes them feel like there's an extra player on the field. They're sacrificing their standard back post structure, which we've known NRG for so long, and they're just controlling that midfield a little better. They're sending that player, catching complexity out, catching teams out, and I like it. It just shows that they are getting creative. They're trying to change it up, and Epic Johnny could be cooking in the kitchen there on the coaching side of things.
And I just love that extra effort there from Garrett, just to continually win some of these 50s. But you also worry about the midfield. When everybody starts to push up, it will leave gaps, and where there's gaps, there's opportunity. AJG with the 50 gets downfield and calls his own number. A tie game.
I'm just not sure what Squishy was thinking there. He almost went upfield for the solo play, thinking that CRR was going to get that controlled touch, but it was just never coming through. He was last man. He had to play passive. The pass back post caught him out. AJG cleans up, and that's just the goal for no reason, really. They didn't need to be that crept up on that play. NRG letting them back in. It's still tied up, though. They haven't lost... Well, they have lost the lead. They're not behind so far, though. They can get set up. Still tie ball game.
It's the ultimate caster curse. So if we talk about the back line, the post rotations, and then something happens on the 1-1, you're wondering, all right, is it all going to the wayside here? Great shot. Quick save from Justin. Cuts it down appropriately in transition. This should be an opportunity here for NRG to begin their press.
And now Garrett G fakes out CRR. Squishy can set up. Solo play. Pops it sideways. Justin goes, I'll have that. Not sure what you're doing with it, but it might work out, and it does. It was chaos. It didn't look good, but they find a way through.
Yeah, Squishy kind of just pops it up, and Justin says, look, I'll take it away. Recenter. Squishy saves his spot on the field from the elbow, and AJG was just sitting in net watching all of this unfold. And kind of looks like a hamster at PetSmart. Not really sure what's going on as people walk by.
He was looking like a meerkat at the zoo. Just not sure what's going on, but he was under threat at all times here. AJG shot on target. CRR doesn't get the follow-up. The shot goes wide. It's post. Oh my goodness. Garrett G with the save as well. NRG are just hanging on. They can take the post as their 4th, 5th, and 6th defender there. They've still got the lead somehow.
CRR, bullet down, leaves it to Razebull. AJG sharply off the post, and everybody getting a hand up. Razebull, not the sharpest shot you're gonna find. Not a lot of power here as the boost is low for both teams, and all right, everybody breathe. Back to the midfield, 30 seconds to go.
There's 3 defenders for NRG, plus both bust the crossbar, plus both posts, and also plot armor right now. This team is hanging on. Squishy got the deftest of touches. They're in defense, and with 15 seconds left, they have to hold on. Squishy can't get the touch. Double commit. Squishy has to make the save. All on his lonesome, and he does so. Squishy coming up huge.
5 seconds off the backboard. CRR's there. Low clear from Justin. Raise ball circling around. Garrett certainly will play it. No! They missed, and it's off the front. Oh my word. NRG escape. Disaster here in Coliseum and get us to Champions Field.
Absolute heroics late there from Squishy Muffins. 2 goals down that end, but it was more important what he did that final minute, what the entire team did. But boy, oh boy, did they need Squishy Muffins to come up huge for that side to keep them in the lead. They've done so. They've hung on just. We've got Champions Field. I feel like the NRG plot armor's back. Leaf, is there any plot armor for any of the other top seeds here in this lower bracket?
Yeah, I'll let you know. You got so excited you were almost speaking in tongues there. Chat was like, what language is he speaking?
What is happening?
You're going off. Yeah, it was good. That's exciting. I mean, we're going to a game 5 for this. Across the board, Gen G and Shopify Rebellion just entered a game 5. Gen G continues their reverse sweep on Shopify Rebellion. We'll find out. So again, keep that up on your second monitor because they're in game 5. That's intense. That's elimination right now. If Gen G gets knocked out, that'll be their worst placement in the entire season so far. They've never placed outside the top 8. And then G2 Dignitas. G2 still at match point. It's in another overtime. If G2 scores, they'll take that dub 3-1.
Man, oh man. Well, here we go. Let's forget about those series and let's lock in here. Everyone watching at home, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a chance for NRG to take down the Regional 1 winners, one of the best teams in North America. And as I say that, my man, the ball just goes whack.
NRG's going to have to do it off the back foot now. Justin with a weak touch and raise ball sends it on its way before AJG is a corkscrew into the back of Squishy and Garrett. A huge start for Complexity, your regional champions coming into this one in the lower bracket. Not many expected this situation to be prevalent, but here we are. And off the kickoff, do NRG have what it takes to tie it up?
Justin, scheme, double touch, can't get the triple. Follow up, Squishy pops it up for Garrett, but he just backs off, doesn't want to get too excited here. Flip reset coming through, he's awkward. Justin misses, Garrett misses, Squishy cleans it up here. NRG, it was a bit of a disaster in Game 5 in the first series against Space Station Gaming, but they've got a chance to redeem themselves. They've conceded the first goal, but there's a lot of time left here. Fake out, raceable shot on AJG, saved out by Squishy. This feels like the end of game number 4 all over again. NRG just clinging on.
Yeah, and you're just stealing boost right now if you're Complexity. You're forcing the challenges high off the backboard, so you have somebody set up in the offensive third for Complexity to come out for a shot. But Squishy from coast to coast and post to post goes the length of the field to tie it up.
He's wound back the clock to Season 6, Cloud9, and it's Squishy Muffins with the dunk off the post, off CRR. And NRG tie it up. There is life in this team. There's life in this series.
What a way to tie it up if you're Squishy. Little love tap off the kickoff, but we have ourselves a 1-1 ball game. Another sharp shot quickly. Complexity throwing more numbers at this play, forcing the starvation you have at midfield, but Squishy still overextended in time and was able to escape with his life for the moment as CRR will circle through the corner and try to get out in front. Garrett will cut it down to the infield lane, getting taken away there from Complexity. Interceptions alive and Squishy back to Garrett. The 1-2 up to Justin. Everybody getting involved and finding each other, but it's just chaos for the moment. Ball stuck in traffic. No clean possessions. Complexity back into the orange side.
I love this. There's numbers in the midfield for NRG. We saw Squishy there. Third man. He rotated in. But now there's trouble. CRR double. Blocked out by Justin. The bumps coming through from Garrett as well. Justin with a huge touch. No boost, but makes it work there. Squishy fires it forward. Not the touch he wanted. AJG infield pass. Garrett's ready for it. Squishy, great control. He's going again here. Can't get the double. No boost. Counter-attack mode for Complexity, but NRG, I'm loving the rotations. I like what I see so far. It feels like they're alive. They're in this game. Infield pass. AJG ready. Cuts it out. Garrett was right there for the shot. Now there's a counter-attack. Justin's in trouble, but Squishy, he helps him out as well. It's this cohesive unit from NRG that's working right now. 2 minutes 45 left. They're right in this.
And Complexity are starting to track as well. When they don't like the angle they have on the possession, they're waiting for AJG or CRR to follow the NRG defender, get in front of the lane, and send it back into the orange side. On the pass to Razebull does enough on the 50, but Razebull got bumped off the play, and Garrett slaps him in the back of the Fennec, and now all the way into the blue corner with very little boost. NRG start their press. Garrett's up at midfield. They got AGG working behind, and Justin pops it free. Razebull up to the 50. He'll clear it away easily, and Garrett will have to make this read. Does so on the booming clear to the backboard. AGG with a sharp touch at that, but a necessary one. Squishy into the front box, but here come the numbers from Complexity.
Here they come though, NRG, they're on offense right now. Justin is getting to work. Sarah does get the touch out of defense. Squishy cuts out. NRG, they're picking up the pace. Garrett gets a beat. Squishy gets a beat. The pass inside AGG. Squishy's not there for the follow-up. And now Justin, he's all on his lonesome. Does well. NRG had an opportunity. Maybe another one. Squishy Muffins, he's all on himself. Can he do it? He's done it. Squishy gets the goal. NRG in the lead. Game 5 Champfield, baby.
So many demos, so many different power plays, and Squishy again onto the right post, 2 in a row. He steps up, you spammed the fishy, you get the world champion. 147, do they have enough?
This is it right here, right now. NRG, this roster, everyone's calling for their heads, but they might just take one of the biggest scalps, one of the biggest heads right now in the North American region. Complexity on the ropes right now, minute 30 on the clock. NRG, they're still pushing forward, Spaceman. They want another one. They smell blood.
90 seconds. Razebull from his own side looking for the dunk. Big save from Justin, but it's not enough on the clear. You got AJG at the midfield. Garrett can't find the cut down, and Razebull will circle back in. Makes his move upfield. CRR waiting for the pass. There it is. Can Razebull get up? No. Justin reads it perfectly, and the defense is starting to meet their marks on the rebounds, but AJG has something else in mind as Squishy finds a long booming clear and a necessary one. There's only 60-odd seconds left. CJ, if you're Complexity, you need a swing, and you need it now.
The most important minute of NRG's life coming up right now, right here. How do they go? Justin off the sidewall, goes for the skin, gets it forward. Razebull's there in defense. Dribbles it out, Squishy cuts again. NRG sending numbers in the midfield. Razebull plays the low 50. Justin no boost, but he's getting there. He's getting a body into that center of the pitch right now. CRR clears the ball downfield. Squishy again, please stop it. Razebull gets the save out. 30 seconds left.
So much pressure right now if you're Razebull just to find that clear. AJG does a nice job, but gives it back. The back pass to Squishy. The 50 from CRR. AJG getting physical, and Razebull starting to track. He's now hunting to CRR. There's the redirect to the top box. It's going to be a slow floater, but Squishy will be up in time. Everybody breathe. 13 to go. AJG on the ground looking for CRR. Razebull center box cleared away. Garrett wants to call game, but sends it on a long floater to the opposite continent. And with 4 seconds to go, you got to keep it up if you're Complexity. CRR on your screen, and he can't do enough. NRG do what nobody thought was possible. They take down Complexity in dramatic fashion on Champions Field, and they move on in the lower bracket.
I cannot believe it. There's people in retirement homes right now in tears. Everyone's embracing each other in living rooms across North America because your boys, the Kings, they're back.